Hello, hello, hello. This is the Poetic Perfectionist Podcast. I am your host, Sophia.
And I'm your other host, Abigail, but you can call me Abby for short.
Hey girl, how's it going?
There's always room for improvement. It's as good as it's gonna get. They took my blood today, poked me, prodded me. Oh, man, the doctor's office, it just drains you.
So what you're saying is that they stole your blood. I always knew they were vampires.
Yeah, and here, meanwhile, the lawyers are getting that bad rep of being vampires, while the medical professionals are the one that's actually taking your blood. But, I guess the lawyers take it out in another way.
That's what they all say until they need a lawyer or a doctor.
This is very true. This is very, very true.
So you're still alive, which is good. We like that. That's important. Until, God says otherwise, but let's not tempt him. So how's your day going aside from, them vampires taking blood from you? Sorry, stole blood from you. At least that's how I'm going to tell the story.
Listen, I don't know if I can even say that, considering they had me sign a waive and consent form before I left the place. So I guess it was consensual at this point. But other than that, it was pretty good. It was busy. It was a very busy day. Like, I don't know where the time went. I don't know what I did. I just knew it went by fast and quick.
Okay, so on second thought, they didn't steal blood from you. You gave willingly with your consent. I apologize to the medical profession. I'm sorry.
I mean, I think at one point in the beginning, you could say stole. I walked in on my own 2 feet, but, I still got prodded.
I'm going to say, I apologize. I did not mean what I said about stealing. Stealing implies thievery, and I don't think they're thieves. Okay? They wouldn't do that. Please don't steal my blood.
No. They would not do that. I volunteered. I walked into my 2 foot and said, okay, I'll give it to you so you can test and make sure I'm A-okay, and I got a clean bill of health.
Well, I'm glad that you got a clean bill of health. Otherwise, you wouldn't be staring at me right now with joy in your heart. Aside from that, did you really get to enjoy your day off? You get to socialize, be amongst your people.
No such luck on that. No, not even close. I did nothing but work-related things, help out, family member and doctor's office, and then go into another doctor thing. It was just like physical, get my blood drawn, then go try to fight another part of the medical facility to try to get, an invoice for, this bill that supposedly I owe, but yet they never sent me an actual bill itemizing what I actually owe. So there's a little fight there, but, it's almost resolved. I now have to spend who knows how much amount of time tomorrow to call my insurance and see if we can hash this out and figure out, like, what this bill is and if I'm actually responsible.
I've been meaning to talk to you about that. I think you should expand your network and include some doctors in there, because you seem to always want to do something related to work or doctors, work, doctors, work, doctors, work, doctors, work, doctors. And I'm not just saying that because, I am looking for a doctor for my own personal reasons. I'm just saying in your best interest is to find one and add it to your network, and maybe add me too, in case he has a very cute friend.
As much as I would like to help with that, it's not like there's some sort of place where it can be like, pick your own doctor today and take home with you. Like, they're not just, I'm sure if they were having a convention, they'll be conveniently placed somewhere, and I just have to, bump into someone. But it's like, what would I be doing there? I know nothing about the medical professional aside from I have to go every year.
You know what? You just gave me an idea. I should start a brothel just for the medical professional. It would cut down a lot on the personal issues that they have, especially after COVID. I'm just saying.
I don't even want to know where brothel came out of all of that. I don't even know what the thought process that led to that huge leap. But good luck with that. I wish you luck in your endeavors and hope everything works out well. And remember the little people when you do blow it up big.
You don't want to be you don't want to be my legal representative? I'm going to need a lawyer in-house. to drop the paperwork. You know, because I got to legalize the brothel. I don't know if you can even have one in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole. Sounds like a headache waiting to happen. Yeah. So no, thank you, but no, thank you, no, thank you, thank you.
You said pole.
This is what I have to deal here with, folks. This is what I have to deal with.
No, but it was funny. You have to admit that was fun. But anyway, the topic today is it be your own people. And it got me thinking, first of all, with that title, you also have to keep in mind, I was also watching a movie at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Why? Because I couldn't sleep. And in this movie, this particular person had mentioned, you know, the phrase, it be your own people. And oftentimes when they use that phrase, it's such a negative, harsh, cruel way of describing people within your community. And then I thought to myself, I don't have those people in my group. At least I don't acknowledge those people. I thought to myself, you know what? Why can't you use that in a positive way? You know, why can't it be your own people be used in a way of like expanding your network, you know, job referrals or high-fiving someone? I don't know, something positive.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I do agree that the term it be your own people is typically seen as a negative thing. But in this case, like you, I do see that can also be used as a positive as well, especially if you have those in your network that are up for being your accountability buddies, that, you know, at the time that you're going through the growing pains, it may seem like, you know, rough for you. It may seem like, oh, they don't care about me. But in reality, it's like, no, they're keeping you accountable and pushing you to like a limit that they know that you can reach. And you've just been going too easy on yourself. And those particular people are the ones that's like, no, we know you can do it. Stop being lazy and get it done. Get the work done.
Or be lazy, enjoy yourself because you've earned it. At least that's what I would say.
I disagree. If we're going to be in the seeing this, it be your own people as being a positive, I think we have to acknowledge that you still would want to use a term for your people who means the best for you. But how people show you they mean the best doesn't always correlate with how you think it should be shown.
So you mean to tell me that if someone in our group had just worked an 18-hour shift, they're not entitled to have a lazy Sunday or a Monday or whatever day? What am I going to do? Yeah, you worked an 18-hour shift. Go continue work some more.
If this said person had asked you to be their accountability buddy, okay, and you as their friend know that they're trying to achieve a particular goal, yes, push them to that extra mile limit. Remind them of why they're putting in the hard work now so that later down the line they don't have to work as hard.
I don't think I can continue using the excuse of who's going to fund my brunches as a reason. I've tried it with you and it doesn't really seem to work. I'm just saying, you know. I'm just saying.
I don't understand
why. By the way, my birthday is coming up soon. I'm just saying.
You always saying a lot of things, but all I gotta say is, okay, I don't understand this concept of you trying to throw me back in the wild like I belong there, okay? I just keep going back like a homing beacon, okay? I just go home where I belong.
But you're just so young and you know, you retain the knowledge. I'm old. It's past my prime, you know? It's too late for me. Too late.
Meanwhile, she has plenty young years left to live and just doesn't want to do it herself.
That's not how I'm going to tell the story, okay? Stop rewriting history. That's my job. I do it nicer.
Oh, is that what we're saying? Do it nicer? No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
I'm just saying if Florida had consulted me before they started doing all that jimaji with the slavery and rewriting history, I think I would have done a better job.
Florida, nor any of these politicians ever ask before they do their foolishness. That's a reason why they're what is it called? Their public relations person or whatever is always working overtime, extra hours to try to clean up their mess and make their image look somewhat good. There's a reason why they keep getting re-invited back into government discussions.
I feel so bad for those PR people. All that work and they still don't listen to you. You know what? They need you know how like Obama had that anger translator from that, it wasn't SNL, it was Key and Peele. They need something like me. I won't be angry. I know that. But it will be something to that effect, you know? I'll have my person write down their little script and then I go in and edify it and make it more palatable, you know? This is what they really meant. You know, that's what you need in your circle.
I don't know if I need that in my circle, but what I do need and what I have been focusing on now that I'm getting, older and stepping deeper into my 30s is, figuring out what
you
is
just
important.
completed year 1 of 30. I don't know. Stop making it seem like you're turning 40.
Let me live, woman. Let me live. Okay? Just let me live. Anyways, now that I'm stepping into further my 30s, okay, I've been thinking a lot about, prioritizing and defining what is important and what is not important, expanding my network and all that good stuff. So, when you're using that term, it be your people, I want it to be like, it be my people that help me find the good connection. It be my people that help expand my network in a positive way. And that's what I want it to stand for me. I don't know about you, but I'm just saying.
You know exactly about me. You know exactly what I would do. I would take the lemons that they gave me and I would make lemonade. I'd make a good margarita. I don't think you can make margarita out of lemons, but you get my point.
And here I thought you were going to go down the route of a lemon martini, but I guess that works too. I mean, you think you know somebody.
That's the thing. I am always surprising you.
I don't think you needed to take it literal when they said, don't let them know your next move.
You're right. I got nothing else. I'm just saying, you just need someone like me in your. You don't think that someone like me in your group, your circle, is important? I mean, think about it. You're all so stressed all the time. I would de-stress you. I mean, you may say that I stress you out in different ways with my shenanigans, but that's beside the point. Don't change the subject.
Ain't nobody changes the subject. We're just bringing the truth to light, because every time a thing happens where we both experience, somehow you conveniently remember the whole scenario a whole nother way when you're retelling your story. And you're right. It's exactly as you said, retelling the story, the fibs that you be changing things up of how it went down. I was like, I distinctly remember my back breaking. I'm sweating bullets and I'm carrying like a whole turkey plus 60-pound parts, trudging to the streets of Boston, but I digress.
That's not what happened. We just went out for dinner and we had to walk because, you parked the car far, so it's not my fault that Beacon Hill has cobblestones. I can't help you with that one. I really can't. But don't you want that? Don't you? I choose to see things with the glass half full and not half empty. Think about that. With all the negativity that's going on in this world, glass half full is the way to go.
I know you're not trying to mumbo jumbo your way out of this paper bag of a bullshit that you just dropped on these people, okay?
Can you imagine if I was a lawyer?
Yeah, emphasis on the light most favorable to herself when she's telling fibs and lies.
They are not lies. You just have to look at the glass half full.
Yes, and as the lawyers would say, presenting the facts in the light most favorable to them. So in this case, Miss Sophia is rearranging the order of how things went down to tell you a nice, lovely, wrapped up in a bow story. Okay, that doesn't include the suffering, the sweat and pain, blood, sweats, and tears, blistering winds, and scorching deserts that we actually did experience.
There were no winds, and it wasn't raining. So that's a lie. Again, we walked because you parked the car far. I don't know how many times I got to tell you this. You need to let this go. Okay, the past is in the past. As everybody like to remind us, you need to let it go. You need to leave it in the past. And you need to leave that in the past. How about that, Susan?
I need to leave it in the past. How convenient, since I'm still suffering the past traumas today still. She's like, oh yeah, let's go for a drive. A normal person is thinking around the corner since it's late at night. No, you step in the car and Sophia waits till she's about halfway to her destination, which is halfway across the state of Massachusetts, to tell you she decides, the Target 2 towns away isn't enough for her. But the one halfway across Massachusetts, though, in the town that she feels is better, is much better. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You had other plans? You had more important plans? Were you going to save a life? Huh? Were you going to file your taxes? Huh? You were going to be at work the next day on a Sunday, the day of rest? Were you not resting in the car? You're welcome.
You said it just right. I always have a date with my pillow, and it's very hard to be breaking that.
Oh, yeah, sure. It's real hard, miss. I can sleep anywhere. I can sleep on a train, a bus, a boat, a Seahawk, a seal, standing, laying, flying, yoga position, upside down, dog, whatever.
Yeah, that was the college days. My body's not made to be a contortionist like it was back then, okay? You sleep on wrong way, you wake up with a crick in your neck. It mess up your whole week, okay? Just F you all over. Now you got to go to a chiropractor. They got to set you right and all that. We don't need that. We don't need that.
So what you're saying is that you need a chiropractor on your team. That's all I got. Like a chiropractor, a yoga instructor, possibly a lawyer. I don't know what specialty. I mean, I've suggested criminal defense, but you're very insistent on saying no.
Listen, you can get a criminal defense if you so wish, okay? And I think at this rate and the way that you're going, we may just need one on file, okay? That has a nice, lovely little retainer, okay? And we just throw it at them and be like, something happened this time. You need to represent one of us.
I'm just saying, if I were a client, I'd be great. Okay, you never get bored of my stories. My cases would be cases that you would have to study in law school. I'm just saying.
I don't think anyone wants to be that type of famous. Okay, your case should not be being used as an example for law students of what not to do.
Or how to get your way out of it. Because the whole point is that I look at the glass half full and I want you to reach your potential. I should have been a motivational coach.
Yeah, it's about as good as what was his name with the glove don't fit, whatever, that went to jail. Yeah, it's the same thing of him writing a book like, if I did it, wink, wink, wink.
Okay, well, first of all, O.J. Simpson, we all know he did it. In my heart, he did it. Second, writing that book was a big mistake because Johnny Cochran did not do all that work just for you to undo it with a book. Why would you do that? All that work and you undo it with a book.
That was the epitome of rolling in my grave was a caption. That would be it.
Poor guy. I think there were like at least 3 attorneys on there. It was him. It was some other guy. And then Kim Kardashian's dad, Robert Kardashian. All that work. And he writes a book. Just so you know, I would never write a book about anything. Unless it's about seeing things glass half full. That's the attitude you need to have.
All I'm saying is the life experiences that you have thus far, just vicariously living to other people or just being at the right place at the right time, you could write a whole telenovela, okay? And it would be successful. People would want to come back and keep hearing about the juice.
Right? It would be like a... I feel like it would be in the way that R. Kelly was trying to do with the Trapped in a Closet series, but except I would do it better. Because, it's crazy, but it would still make sense. When he did it, first of all, the first 6 chapters kind of made sense, but then the remaining 6, he lost me that. He lost me after that. After 12, I was just like, I don't know what happened. But then again, knowing what we know now, nah.
Hey, it makes sense. Makes sense. All I'm saying is, like R. Kelly, if you had the right people in your circle, he would not be facing what he's facing, okay? He would not be faced with it. That's why it's important. You be careful who you have in your circle, okay? That way you're not going to be like the negative aspect of it be your own people. Yeah, your own people that you think is your people benefited off this man, okay? Let him go about his foolishness. And then when the other shoe dropped, everybody's gone. Scurrying, like when you flick on the lights and the roaches are scattering around, not trying to get caught.
Not the cockroaches.
Some of them got wings, and that's when you gotta do a little one of those, because you didn't know they could fly.
Yeah, I'm still not over that. No, they shouldn't fly. They shouldn't. But to the point of this whole ordeal before we ran off on a tangent, side note, we tend to do that a lot, so I apologize in advance. But if you're listening to us at this point, shame on you, because you already knew that. Remember, glass half full. But if you were to look at your group right now, right? Who would you say is like, you don't have to name names, but who would you say would be like your champion of like all the goals that you have? I mean, do you feel like you're properly supported? Do you feel like you could use a little bit more work? Or is that more like a case by case thing? And just before you answer, glass half full.
Well, I will say in the case of accountability buddies and support, I've been lucky. My siblings are very, siblings and friends are very supportive in that aspect. My thing is more of like me being cautious about what exactly I actually want to do and if I actually want to achieve said goal. Because if I'm thinking something on passing on one of those I'm bored days and then thoughts just floating through my head, I have to be careful not saying something along the lines of like, 3 months from now, I'm trying to X, Y, and Z. And that was only a passing thought. And I wasn't as serious about it. And then now my support group is like, well, you had said in 3 months, this would be going down. What have you been doing since month 1 to get this accomplished? Now it gets a little intense. It's like, oh, well, it was a joke as a passing. Oh, it is a joke? A ki kunyala? You know what? We were here for you. We are here for you. Don't try to back out and lazy now just because things are getting a little tough. You can do this. It's like, but I don't want to. It was only in passing.
Background information, I wasn't there for that. That's clearly a conversation that she had while she was at home and her siblings were in earshot. Because I know if it was me, hey girl, what you do with your money is what you do with your money. I'm just letting you know. By month 3, I can tell you where it went. I can tell you where it went.
I mean, I would say I'm pretty, not frugal, but pretty mindful of how I spend my money. I don't just splurge. Like, if you see me out here saying like, woo, we're splurging and spending some money. My younger days, yes, it was definitely impulse shopping, 100%. But now that I'm older, it's more like, okay, the bill's already secured, roof, electricity, gas, all the important things that I need to survive on the day-to-day are secured first. I put money away for savings, and then whatever little is left, I try to stretch that bill as long as possible. The ingenuity that we had in the college days of being able to stretch a $5 to a $10 bill for 2 weeks was ingenious. Now trying to get us to do that, it's like, we're accustomed to a certain lifestyle, and trying to go back is just like not happening.
Well, Let's go back a little bit. So you said you're mindful. I just want to make sure that the people understand what context that's in. So when she says mindful, not in terms of, oh, I'm going to go to TJ Maxx and buy such purse that I know is under $100. No, she's going to go to Le Toilette, Madame Chanel, Monsieur Gucci, and buy one or two items per bag. Oh, it was mindful. You know, they had it in this color. You know, Kate Spade, it was talking to me. Yeah, that's the mindful she's talking about. So don't be surprised when she has a credit card bill and the statement says $400. Where did I go with that? Well, remember when you went to Le Gucci, Madame Chanel, or wherever you went because you thought you were being mindful.
Okay. I resent that statement, okay? I have not given Le Gucci my money, nor Le Chanel. Oh, never mind. I have not given Le Chou.
You're right. You didn't give Madame Chanel your money. You gave Monsieur Dior your money. My bad.
Leave me alone. All I'm saying is mindful. I am now shopping more quality, not quantity. So that is very mindful. At best, a handful of times is how much I shop now in the days. You know, excluding the necessities like shampoo, conditioner, and body things like moisturizer that you need on a daily, and you have to re-up every 3 to 6 months or something.
That poor boyfriend of yours. Poor guy is going to have to take 6 additional jobs. 6, not 2, not 3. 6. Poor guy. Poor guy. I hope he hears me. Bless your heart, sir. Bless your heart.
Again, I resent that statement. He is just fine. He knew he was getting into. Listen, before date 2 even happened, I was sending him links of where I frequent for, restaurants and places that I like to eat, my top favorites and such. So he knew. He knew. He knew.
Blink if you need help. I'll be right there. We'll have an escape plan. We'll sneak you out the back. You can run. I don't know where you're running to, but you can run. It's not too late for you. I'm already in this because, she knows where I live, but it's not too late for you. It's not too late for you.
It is too late. Okay? It is too late. There is no running. Okay? No more running. And what would he need to run? Okay? I brighten his life and spice in his days.
Yeah, girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. I totally believe you. It's okay. You can run. Just run. It's not too late for you.
Listen, these outings that I take and I do, okay, are to help expand my network. Okay, people think that, oh, your network consists of like these boring stuffing, networking events that you go to. No, network consists of even the day-to-day interactions and friendships that you make with people. Like, oh, I have this friend who has this connection, for insurance or with lawyers or with the medical field and has a little bit of more information that the lay person or the regular day-to-day person doesn't have who doesn't work in that field. So I'm cultivating my network is how I see it. I'm putting that investment in my circle. So you're welcome.
You're right, because I show up for mimosas. I show up for the mimosas. I love me a good cocktail. I understand that the days of networking has changed, and even taking the word network, and making it more personable does help, because I realize that we do that every single day, no matter who we're interacting with. Across the boards, whether we're at work, whether we're at the grocery store, whether we're doing we're at our Pilates class, which, by the way, I did take a Pilates class recently. Very informative, very painful, I don't know if I was doing it right. I probably wasn't, but I felt refreshed at the end. Me and those stay-at-home moms, we bonded.
I did not and was not there for said experience, but it has been one of my things that I wanted to try as like a workout. You know, when they have the class pass, take your chance, okay? You know, take your chance with the class pass and just like, you know, try out those classes before fully committing, because that's how you figure it out. This whole drop-in classes, you know, it's like $20, $10. You know, it's not too much of a money where it's like, ooh, wow, this is a huge, like, this is like an investment type of thing, but it does give you an opportunity to try a class for sure, and then without you spending on a whole membership to go there. I will say the importance of working out, oh man, it just helps you mentally so great. You know, finding like that great workout for you goes a long way, believe me.
Yeah, I completely agree. Right now, I'm in the middle of a quote unquote lifestyle change. I know you can't see my air quotes right now, but that's what it is. I call it a prison sentence, but you know who over there wants to call it a lifestyle change.
Because it is a lifestyle change. Because as soon as you start throwing icky words like diet, like, you know, restricting yourselves and having those negative connotations on a change that you're trying to make with your life so you can blossom and bloom and be the better and the best version of yourself, it's a lifestyle upgrade. Okay, you are bettering yourself. You are doing things that's going to make you healthier, that's going to make you feel better. And why not? Why should you not call it a lifestyle or say all the positive things to help you continue be in the personal mindset? Because that's how it starts. When you start making a shift on how you eat, how you exercise, and how you live your life, it's a lifestyle change. And you have to start with the mentality, because as strong as you are with your mind is how it continues and transcends to the physical. And you need that, because as soon as your mind gets weak and you're like, oh, I can't do this anymore, that's when you no longer continue with the physical. So if you strengthen the mental aspect of things first, the rest just follows, because you have that drive, you have that determination, you have that excitement, like, oh yes, I'm doing something new and different in my life.
Can I just order a salad and call it a day? Why does it have to be this whole dramatic thing? You know what? I knew telling you about this lifestyle change would get you going. Does this count as a workout? It does. Okay, I'm going to write it down.
This does not count as a workout.
Yes, it does.
This is just like, you know, a 5 minute of mental elevation. You're welcome. Okay, you should be grateful that you have a friend like me to help you and be your accountability buddy. That's why I'm here for you, girl.
I didn't ask you. I think that's part of the accountability part. You have to ask for one, and I didn't ask nobody.
Who said?
Me, the person who's suffering.
All I'm saying is you said this is the goal that you had in place. And I, as your friend, okay, said, I'm here for you. I got you. Okay? I got you.
My goal was to look good in a bikini by 2024. That's my goal. My goal is vain. Yours is all, you get into your soul and da-da-da. It's very cult-like. I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of cult-like.
Listen, all I'm saying is during the shutdown, I never could understand, prior to the shutdown, I should say, I never could understand people who, coined the term or would call themselves like the gym rat. I never understood it, working out that hard and that often, until the shutdown went down and there was very little places that opened up. Let me tell you, going to the gym and getting that exercising, no matter where, shape, or form, whether if it was at home or physically in the gym, it unlocked a whole new level where it's like, oh man, I love this. Like, I'm excited to go back and put in that work and feel the burn, that, that pain is gain and all that good stuff. I started to understand where the addiction will come in. It's like that endorphin high that you get for accomplishing it, seeing the physical changes, not only in your body, but in your mind, clearing all that stress and just being like, it's like a new and whole new and different person. It's like, I don't even know. You're just like on cloud 9 when you're exercising like that.
Whatever you say, crazy lady. Either way, I can understand why these certain things are very important to you. You know, the goal in itself is to figure out what is important and to make the changes necessary to expand upon it if you need to, modify it to your liking. Like me not going to the gym, but we're not going to talk about that. Or just doing something that benefits you without feeling any guilt. Now, you know me. I've never really felt guilt about stuff. About anything, actually. Yeah, I don't feel guilty about anything, to be honest with you. Once I do it, I do it. I don't let others hold me back because, you know, I see things with the glass half full. Not half empty, like some people I know who I will not name.
Don't you look over here. Do not look over here. I look at half glass full too, okay? I look at half glass full. And if I remember correctly, during those gym trips, okay, that you came along, you were enjoying it. Best shape of your life, I remember you saying. Those were your distinct words. And now you're just going to throw it all away.
Okay, I never said that, but okay. Whatever helps you sleep at night. That's how you want to remember it. All right, lady. Best shape of my life. Yeah, okay, all right. All right, best day of my... Girl, I must have said that just to get you out of the gym faster.
Not true, okay? Not true. You would lose hour in there and not even blink an eye.
I don't recall such a thing. But anyway, let's focus on more things. Like I said, glass half full. Aside from, you know, obviously treating your circle or people that you come in contact with as new potential networking possibilities, do you view them as all being a work-related financial way, or is it more of like just overall life thing? Because this new thing that I've also noticed with people is that they're taking certain things that would have been traditionally, you know, acceptable, or, you know, this is the way you go about doing things. Now the way to go is the non-traditional route. And just like we would stick to the traditional way of doing things, the non-traditional route also gets you a lot of places. Now people are taking, you know what, multiple streams of income, which would have been before multiple jobs, stressing yourself out, trying to keep a roof over your head. I mean, granted, if you're forced into a situation where you have to, obviously it's going to be stressful. But if it's not, and you're thinking, listen, I'm not going to get got, I'm going to get the gotter.
Well, I mean, that aspect of things is it is a lot. It's because it's essentially, it comes down to finding your niche and what works for you, because this generation and this new age world is like definitely moving towards into where it's like an age of technology. Everything is heavily technology related. So it's like, if you're not doing your due diligence to make sure that you're up on the training, or you know, like the basic, you know, technology and the way that it works and social media and all that other stuff, then essentially you could potentially get left behind by the rest of society in the world, because that's the, you know, that's where the steamroll is going, you know, moving towards. It's like, oh, technology this, AI doing that, and so on and so forth. And it's like, if you don't get ahead of it, you know, you're going to get steamrolled by it. So it's like, you need to find what traditional thing or non-traditional thing that works for you, and what niche or untapped market that you have yet to discover. That's something only you can provide to society. And, you know, if you can help make it be a profitable thing for yourself, that's even better, because then now you're working smarter and not harder. The days of working hard and having the rewards to reap and benefits to come towards it are no longer, like, it's a fantasy now. It no longer exists. The cost of living is too high, and it's just it's just, you know, employers no longer are appreciating their employees the way it used to be before. You know, way back probably in our parents' time, maybe the year, you know, our great grandparents' time, it was you worked hard and you would have a pension, a guaranteed retirement fund or something put aside for you, that it was when it was time for you to retire, you had money to settle with, to be able to pay your bills, to be able to live off of. Now they don't have that. All they have is, like, you know, these money markets or these, you know, stocks and such that they suggest you to go get it, with no guarantee that by the time you retire, there'll be more than enough money in there for you to comfortably live without having to now work a part-time job in addition to that measly amount that you're getting, or that large amount that you've lost in the stocks and such.
Dang, girl. That was a lot. I wasn't expecting that. But then again, it's you. I expect a wealth of knowledge coming from you. My little college graduate. Oh, bless you. Speaking of which, student loan repayment starts October 1st. So, yeah. Sorry. Didn't mean to hurt your feelings there, but it's best that you know now. That way you don't get a surprise when your checking account is looking a little funny.
What do you mean surprise? The moment you told me, and I quote, yeah, so, you know, that petition to try to get student loan forgiveness and wiped out was like was no longer in effect. It got struck down by the was it federal court or something like that?
Supreme Court.
I was like, all right, back to those regularly scheduled programs. I started my payment again since August, before they even started the first payment. I've already paid all the way till like next year on January. My goal is, God willing, and as long as it keeps pushing me through as I have been thus far, that I can pay off completely the rest of my student loan by next year. The end of next year, I will speak it to the existent. Lord Jesus, help me pay off this debt. And nothing more unsettling than owing people money and knowing that they have the capability to get those funds, whether you want to or not, whether you have it or not.
You know what we should do? This is also another side note. Sorry, guys. Speaking of the government, because you triggered it for me when you said when I said Supreme Court. I'm going to follow the case of Hunter Biden. So Joe Biden's son, our current sitting president, as of September 21st, 2023. I don't know what that's going to look like in the future. But right now, his son, Hunter, I think he was indicted or something. And now, right, he is suing the IRS. If he sues and he wins, oh, I so want to see this. This is more interesting to me than Florida, the Disney suing Florida.
Listen, if he sues and he wins, that's going to set a whole precedent. There's a whole line of people in the U.S. soil that has been ready, forever ready, to sue the IRS now that there's a glimmer of hope that they could win.
So I'm going to be paying real close attention to that. I want to know who his lawyer is. I want to know the law firm. I want to know the details. I want to know everything because I want to follow this. I mean, he probably won't get far, but, you know, as part of the little people, one can hope. You know, I just want to see. I want to see how far he gets. Maybe somebody else will also do the same and then follow through. Not me, because I don't want to be a tester. And like, you know, with the government, when they're upset, they're upset. So like, maybe somebody else can do it, and then I'll just learn from you.
Yeah, I think I ideally, my theory is a lot of people hasn't done this yet, or if it has been done, it's been kept quiet purely because, you know, they're probably afraid of retaliation. I mean, think about it. They have the power to siphon and put a freeze not only on your account, but garnish your wages. Someone with that much power, I would be afraid of retaliation too. This is worse than your employer that's just like, you know what? You spoke up and try to change things around here. We're going to make your life miserable and then fire you and then try to blacklist you. They take it to a whole nother level. This is like Guantanamo Bay and they never hear you or you see the light of day again type of shit.
I know. It's going to be intense. It's probably not going to amount to much, but it's very interesting. It's just very interesting. By the way, his dad has not mentioned anything about it, at least not from what I could tell. I mean, if I were him, I wouldn't say nothing either. Like, I'm over here trying to win my seat again so I can come back and get another 4 years. You can't be messing this up for me.
Meanwhile, the rest of the U.S. American citizens are wondering, does he even remember this first 4 years that he's now currently sitting on?
Don't do old Joe like that. Don't do him like that.
There's a reason why they call him Old Joe. Old Joe got some serious Alzheimer's or something going on because he don't remember shit.
She doesn't mean that. She was just kidding. Okay, girl, we ain't got lawyers. She was just kidding. I affectionately call him Old Joe because I think it's cute. Old Joe. It's better than the one that I was calling the last one. I was calling him the last one.
All I'm saying is, okay, when he was the vice VP,
those memes were great.
Those memes, they were memeing. They were doing what they were doing. They was giving. Okay,
those memes were great.
They were impeccable. Chef's kiss.
Oh, I want to know who's behind those.
It hits different now that he's in the our current leader position.
Well, you also have to remember this. I'll give him this grace, and I'll give the other one, as I've given the past ones, except for the last one that we had. I don't know what happened. When you're the guy in charge, I almost feel like you're not supposed to be liked when you're in that position, only because you're the guy in charge. So you're going to be blamed for everything, whether it's in your control or not. Now, to a certain extent, you do have a little bit of leeway if everybody want to work with you or not. But I just feel like you don't realize if you like the person or not until after they've left. I mean, look at Bush too.
Facts.
He suddenly
Facts.
Had like I don't know. I haven't really seen much hate. And I know we're completely getting off off subject, but not really, because it be your own people. It all ties in, folks. It all ties in. I feel like with Bush too, he got like a completely different it's like a PR makeover, and he's not even trying.
All I'm saying is Bob Ross #2 just reawakened. It's like a whole new him came out. Okay, it was like the memes and the videos that were coming out when Michelle Obama and Barack Obama were no longer in the White House, and they were talking about Michelle had shorts on and had 8-piece thighs and chicken legs and a whole family drumstick just out there for the world to see. Okay, that's how it was with Bush too. Okay, he was out here living his best life. He was like, you ain't gonna stress me out. You ain't gonna stress me out. I did my time, okay? As Sophia would call it, they did their time. He has the grays to prove it.
He does. They all do. They all have the grays, except for the last one. They all have their grays to prove it. They really do. I'm just saying. He look at him now. He's likable. He's more likable now than when he was in charge, and he's the last president that I can fully remember. Clear as day. Listen, not for nothing, he had my respect when he was able to dodge those shoes when they were being thrown at him. I was like, bob and weave to bob and weave. Bob and weave.
Not gonna lie though, when I saw that clip of him dodging those shoes, I was like, that's some serious street cred right there. He looked like a professional. He said, ha, dodge, ha. He was ready for a whole nother shoe. He was like, you ain't finna catch me today. Not today, Satan. Not today.
Meanwhile, I think one of the shoe hit one of the Secret Service men at the time. They weren't bobbing and weaving, but Bush too. He said, I will bob and weave. I've got the American people to go back to. All right. They gonna say something. Not gonna add this to my list.
Which makes you wonder, who's protecting who here? If the president out here bobbing and weaving, protecting himself, what was the Secret Service doing if he got hit?
Well, remember, they did their pre-security clearance, and they can only do so much, especially if you're not on your own soil. Because I think at the time he was out of the country, I believe. So they can only do much what they're authorized to do over there. However, I'm just saying they could have bobbed and weaved with him. George remembered to bob and weave. Everybody else, I don't think ever got injured. Maybe there were threats to their life, which I feel like is common for them in their position, which sucks to say. But, you know, you always got those wackadoodles that always want to do too much. It's like, sir, just say you don't like them. I think that's enough. We ain't got to threaten their life. No, you do realize that they listen in on these things. They know who you are. I'm going to need you to relax. Just say you don't like them. But, you know, I did appreciate that. So I think with old man Joe, I think, you know, I mean, I don't know if he'll win his reelection. I don't know about that. But based on who's left, we might get him another 4 years.
All I'm saying is, like those memes that's been trending for a while now, we as a nation needs to take a break from dating, okay? We just need a couple years to be single for a while, you know? Just try it out, see how it goes, you know? And then go into a whole nother relationship that's, you know, a little healthier, casual. You know, so we're not getting gaslighted left and right. Casual.
You can do that with other positions. You can't do that if you're the president. We kind of sort of no, because if we look what happened when we took a break last time. Okay, so I'm gonna need people to stop suggesting taking breaks. Okay, if you didn't like the last one, go back another one. Oh, you can't? Ah, well then I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, you may be right. I'm just saying. I you know, I'm tired of, you know, us having regrets because each relationship is not getting it better from the last.
Well, that's pretty standard in their position. I mean, I wouldn't sign up for the job. It seems way too stressful. They look way too old by the time they're done. I mean, the Obamas practically ran out of there with like, F this ish. I am running. The Clintons, well, Bill doesn't really want to go back, but Hillary insists on going back. I don't know why. And, you know, the Bushes, they were just like, we did our time. Thank you. That's it.
To Hillary's defense, she only wants to go back because she doesn't count Bill's time, okay? That was Bill's time. She wants Hillary's time, okay? She wants her time to shine, not a shared moment like wife of so-and-so. You know, she wants her own thing, and it's just not.
It's not working.
Not happening.
It's not happening. I kind of feel bad for that. You know, she should have had her own time. But, you know, that's all I got to say. I ain't got nothing else. We had a point, we had notes, we had bullet points, and we were sticking to it, and then we got sidetracked. Once again, my fellow folks, this will happen a lot. Okay? All right? It's like being on a phone call with us. We never finish the main point.
Speak for yourself, okay? We have discussed the main point. We discussed it thoroughly.
Lies.
Okay? And not only that, okay, we're just discussing the things that are going on now in the day-to-day and what we're dealing with in our own society and world. Because as much as you can be like, oh, I don't watch the news, it's all negative and propaganda and this, that, and the third, like, there's just some things you just can't ignore. And what's going on there, you just can't.
I don't subscribe to that ministry. I watch the news. They are ghetto. They are ghetto, especially the political stuff. Oh, they ain't nothing but loose hood rats. Oh, no. I'll be damned if I let anybody tell me, you know, you can't watch the Love and Hip Hops and the Basketball Wives. These political commentators are 40 times worse than any reality show combined. I'm telling you, they are ghetto. And I am here for it. You know, I love seeing people act up.
I feel like every time you're watching some sort of special in regards to like government related like issues or that's being discussed, it's like a high profile like murder case or something like that that's going on in like federal courts, and everybody, all the paparazzis and their grandmothers are trying to like line up with their phones and cameras and such to get a piece of the pie.
My favorite is like now people are getting into political commentators, are becoming political commentators, or just YouTube commentators, just they're showing their reaction to it, and let me tell you, that is just as good, because if you break down the videos, reaction per reaction, you think about it and you'd be like, you know what, this is a good script. And considering that the writers and the actors are still on strike, I'm gonna need something to entertain me. And aside from all, the news try to put out all this sad stuff, this depressing stuff, trying to get to your soul and whatnot, I don't want that. I kind of want to see political people fight. Put all that education that you done got, put it to good use and start fighting. Yeah, use your words like you be telling the rest of us folks. Use your words. Us blue collar folks wants to see you white collar folks lose your minds.
We don't have to wait much longer for that shit to happen. Give it a few minutes into the whole proceedings, and next thing you know, it'll be like, don't you? But they just use more colorful words in the dictionary. That's all when they're saying their hood radish things.
That was very true. Did you know that they are able to do, when they're doing like their tall town hall style type of meetings, they can do something called gerrymandering, which basically means that they could prevent the next person from talking by continuously to talk for hours upon hours upon hours. Yeah. I was like, you can do that? Oh, shoot. Sign me up. What we talking about? Let me gerrymander up in here. How you do that? Yeah.
For the sake of not losing any potential viewers that we may or may not have, I'm going to have to veto that. But you can try
that. I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time.
Can you not?
You could do that too.
Reclaim your time. Can you not? Can you not? Thanks. Okay. Okay. I'd like to leave our listeners with a positive note. Okay.
Gerrymander. It's called. It's understood as manipulate the boundaries of an electoral constitution or constituency, I should say, so as to favor one party or class, or achieve a result by manipulating the boundaries of an electoral I can't speak today. You know the word. Basically, just manipulate it into your favor. Gerrymandering.
I guess that's a buzzword of today. That's for Sophia's TED Talk. We'll leave that.
Gerrymander.
Sophia's TED Talk special. I will leave you all on a positive note. Okay. As you get to the next, stages of your life, wherever you may be, okay, just keep in mind that there is no rush. Everybody goes about their own pace, their own way of how they get it done. Just keep in the back of their mind is remembering what is important to you. What is your, the thing that's like your make it or break it? What is your foundation built on? Is it built on sand or is it built on rocks? Is it sturdy? Will it stand up against, other people out there who will try to manipulate you and get you to do the things that they want you to do or conform to society? Or is it steady enough that you can say, you know what? I can subscribe to parts of this, but the rest, no, it's not my ministry. I don't subscribe, and I'm not going to put myself in a position of having to deal with that either.
Amen, sister. Amen. Snaps for you. Snaps and claps. Snaps and claps. That was your only positive moment? My positive moment is discovering what gerrymandering is and what you can actually do with it. So I'm about to gerrymander more often and reclaim my time. Did you know that reclaiming your time is basically a phrase used in congressional hearings when politicians are allotted a specific amount of time to speak and or question those who are called to testify? So you about to hear me say gerrymander and reclaim my time a lot.
And on that note, folks, we will be leaving
reclaiming my time. I'm reclaiming my time.
As I said, on that note, folks, just be mindful who is in your circle. Are they building you up or are they tearing you down? Any opportunity that you have, any form of connections that you make in your life are an opportunity for you to expand your network. It does not have to be some boring, stuffy thing. So in that case, I have said my piece. So I bid you all adieu. And Sophia, you got anything to add?
Reclaiming my time.
Okay. Are you done?
Reclaiming my time. I'm reclaiming my time.
Okay. Anything you'd like to tell the people before we head out?
Just have fun. Really, just have fun. I think it's important that you find a positive aspect on life. So just please, for your sanity, try to make the most out of it. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.
Reclaiming my time.
No. Okay. Goodbye, everyone.